is another potential outcome here, is that we don't know what to do with all these tokens.
Social order. Social order is the one problem that you're going to create, Jason. So just to be clear, there's a concept of diffusion of innovations. When something new comes, it does not hit everyone at once. And so the rate of change that's being unleashed right now is creating a very asymmetric outcome in terms of when people realize the benefits from that change.
Absolutely.
And so as what you're describing happens, which I think it will, Elon is accelerating everyone forward, and he's going to force everyone else to respond in business, in government, and so on. The biggest challenge, the biggest problem that's going to emerge as we get rid of cancer, as we get rid of aging, as we get rid of food scarcity, as we get rid of resource scarcity, blah, 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 social order. Because it's going to create such a tremendous disruption.
I love the up-leveling of the point that David just made, because I think it links a lot of things we talked about today together. There have been 117 billion humans who've occupied this planet. And for 99.9% of them, they never saw a single innovation in their lifetime. Their lifespan was shorter than the invention cycle. And now you think about the rate of change that we're having to digest nation states, families, businesses, right? It's prepare for the unexpected, and whatever you know the things are that you believe to be true. Again, I just think it demands this intellectual humility. Now, to Friedberg's point, I don't think any of this is changing in the next 24 months, 36 months. Data centers are going to be on planet Earth. They're going to be filled with NVIDIA chips and the other chips that we've talked about. And I think that alone is going to bring us this agentic future that's already going to be shocking, even before we launch these data centers in space.
Yeah, I mean, this is an over-the-top move from Elon that I don't think anybody anticipated, and he has figured it out. I've sat with him, and he's walked me through it, like how this works. It works. So the question is simply execution. There is no stronger entrepreneur when it comes to execution in the history of entrepreneurs than Elon. I know he's a friend of mine, and I'm hyping him up, but he will execute on this. And if he does, or when he does, I should say, it's going to change everything. You can see this today. And if you are scared about this future and you're listening to this podcast, wondering for your kids, et cetera, there's a very simple way to not be scared, which is to embrace and use these tools. The top 2 people in my organization out of 20 people who are using OpenBot and building Ultron and the Age of Ultron, they are worth, each one of them is worth 200 of the other employees, and I only have 18 other ones. If you're a young person, just embrace these tools, open OpenClaw this weekend, build on it, and you will be infinitely employable for the rest of your life if you just embrace these tools. I wanted to give you your flowers, Brad.